I'm Tim Cossar, CEO of the New Zealand Mãori Arts and Crafts Institute, otherwise known as Puia, here in Rotorua, New Zealand. Rotorua, New Zealand is really one of the founding places of cultural tourism, really. The whole town was built on the development of Mãori tourism, particularly based in and around the geothermal areas of Rotorua. And from that, it's developed an amazing industry and a very strong industry that's employed many local people. Up to the point of COVID, where we obviously had a major shift in the marketplace. The first cultural tourism experience I ever had was actually to Puia. It was a really strange thing for a young family from Wellington, I guess, to come on a holiday to Rotorua and out with our grandparents, and they took us through to Puia. I would have been about 6. And that was the first experience. And I still remember one of the things I recall the most was not only the Mãori children jumping off a bridge and into the river to chase after and dive after coins, but also the thing that lasted in my memory is the different colours of sulphur that were in jars. You know, there's lots of different things that related to the geothermal landscape that we're in. And that, to this day, has always fascinated me. Little did I know way back then that I'd end up managing and running the place. Rotorua is a city of about 70,000 people. 44% of the population is Mãori, so we're inherently cultural by our very nature. We're probably one of the most populated Mãori communities in the country. So we've got a unique blend of cultures within the community, and Mãori culture shines within that. And Mãori have a huge part to play in it. And I guess as a destination, Rotorua has grown up on the back of not only its geothermal wonders, but its Mãori culture. And as a result, I guess the brand attachment is that Rotorua is the place or the home, one of the homes of Mãori culture as it relates to tourism. And that's been a strength for many, many years and will continue to be so post-COVID, I believe. But the market's probably going to change a bit, I think, once we get down the track a little bit and see those borders open up. But we've been really challenged by the domestic market. Domestic leisure travel was only a very, very small part of it, of our total business. And we made a lot of assumptions about what we thought domestic travellers would want and what would appeal to them and what wouldn't appeal to them. And some of those things we've just been proven to be totally wrong. What we're having to do is now, after a year of trading in the domestic market, we've gone back to base principles. We're researching the market a lot more deeply than we ever have before. We're really trying to nut out who our primary customers are, how our market segments specific to us within our community and within the destination with which we exist, and really starting to understand the psychology behind the decision-making thing. Because one of the things we have found is quite a high drop-off with domestic consumers between interest and conversion. So we get a lot of interest, but then people don't pay the price to come in. And that's been something that's frustrated us. We're still not on top of it fully. We're getting better at it, but we haven't mastered it by any stretch yet. So the learnings from this are going to be really important as we go forward. And some of what we are learning, we think is going to be advantageous as we redevelop our international experiences. Puia hosted somewhere in the vicinity of 450 to 550,000 international visitors a year. So I guess we're, in a sense, a commodity trader in the tourism industry. We were moving the business to redefine some of our experiences pre-COVID, but I think COVID sped up that whole process. And some of the learnings we've got from the domestic market indicate that we can dramatically improve visitor satisfaction by spending a lot more time with our guests and ensuring that the guests that do come go on a more immersive experience. And I think this is going to be one of the plays post-COVID. I think we're going to see that, if you like, the experience economy just drive so much more of our visitation. We're not going to have the volumes in New Zealand for some time to come. So we can't commodity trade. The only place we can really go with a small domestic market base, we have to go to a higher value trading position. Heritage tourism, or Māori tourism as we might define it here, I think is going to be central in everything we did. I think COVID perhaps has brought about some rethinking in the world around reconnecting with Indigenous cultures and Indigenous values that are perhaps a lot deeper than a lot of people have ever thought, and there's real meaning and connection with the land and with people, and that's quite different to the European way of thinking. And I think that that's going to resonate well in the market going forward. I think the type of country we are and have tried to be through COVID is also going to play out for us, hopefully quite well into the future. We've been really stoic in trying to protect the well-being of our people, particularly Mãori and Polynesian people who might be more susceptible to COVID. And we've done that pretty damn well. And I think that speaks volumes for who we are as a people, but also what we are as a nation. And hopefully that resonates for us as Te Puia in the marketplace.